After watching a comforting handful of largely blissful films that also happen to be quietly inspirational, I started craving overblown franchise indulgence. The Marvel Cinematic Universe tingling my craving senses in particular, not necessarily due to clearly being the most overblown film franchise out there. I mean, come on, 23 movies and counting. Who's ever in the mood for watching 23 incarnations of a fun but ultimately rather bland formula? I guess I am. Yeah. Anyway, besides leaning towards the most absolute form of fatuous indulgence when it comes to cinematic universes for sake of indulgence, I suppose, the MCU tingled my craving senses primarily due to the fact that I had very mixed feelings about it. Being unsure whether I approved of such long-running, bombastic productions, not having seen 4 or 6 of the films, I genuinely do not remember whether I've actually watched these 2 or not, and generally feeling like I never gave them a proper go, because I guess binging them means giving them a proper go, sure. But in short, I'll just blame Infinity War for inciting this long-winded craving, since all these mixed feelings emerged shortly after I watched Infinity War for the first time during a mini marathon at the cinema premiering Endgame. This is quite a long intro, and I'm not exactly sure what the focal point of this video is, which means I can change the title in a poor attempt to gain more views, which probably won't happen anyway. Is this even an intro? We're probably like halfway through the video right now.
Dude, how long have you been standing there?
An hour.
An hour?
I guess I just want to express some of my lingering feelings regarding the cinematic universe, glancing over the rising arc of ambition, with Infinity War being the most effectively ambitious one in terms of scale.
Wow, this is amazing, man! It's like being the Hulk without action.
Before I get to the specifics though, here's my ranking of all the entries to get people riled up in the comment section. At least I hope some people engage. My comment sections are usually rather depressing. Speaking of depressing, that conclusion to Infinity War was truly chilling, and I loved it. I found myself exceptionally engaged despite being out of the loop. Unfortunately catching spoilers for the second volume of Guardians of the Galaxy along the way, but also being impressed by how much I cared for the characters I wasn't properly introduced to. Which I found to be one of the strongest points of Infinity War. Brief yet impactful character building that the Russos astonished me with all the way back in The Winter Soldier. I shed tears both times, so well done, Russos, for crafting truly poignant moments in spite of the obligatory blandness within the set formula working against you two. Limitations in general seem to fade away whenever a director with a genuine voice comes into play. Jon Favreau beamed a very satisfying character arc for Tony Stark throughout the Iron Man trilogy. James Gunn wasted no potential by turning an obscure ensemble into an iconic collective bouncing off each other with a dynamic that charms like a force of nature. And the Russo brothers finally delivered on the scale of ambition that the previous Avengers flicks merely experimented with. To some degree of success, of course, but still, more so as experiments rather than full-fledged endeavors beaming with confidence. That confidence does apply to the contributions from the Russo bros. From The Winter Soldier to Civil War and, of course, Infinity War. And then continuing somewhat onto Endgame, but not as consistently.
I thought I lost you.
Don't touch me!
Oh! You missed the first time. Then you got them both the second time.
This is the one? Seriously?
Your choices were him or a tree.
This big finale just felt bloated, but at the same time underwhelming. cramped yet a little too empty given everything. You know what I mean? It's a shame really, because I do love a lot of the scenes. In a way, it feels like this film carries the Phantom Menace syndrome, giving me a strange sense of comfort when watching Fat 4.
Buddy, you alright? Yes, I'm fine. Why? Don't it look alright?
You look like melted ice cream.
But then hitting me with a headache if I just think about the big battle with a less interesting version of Thanos. Call it character development with an edge to up the stakes or whatever you want, but I just see it as a bit of a cop-out, and a not so welcome return to the bland form of having a basic villain with a basic aim. It is such a shame that the experience as a whole just comes across as tedious, honestly. Even on a second viewing that I entered with a positive attitude after coming to terms with the fact that money matters more than visual poetry making an impactful statement, just going along with the premise that not only felt forced but also morally blurred. A lot could be changed with that snap, but instead personal yearnings take priority. That's the culture we live in though, and I can't say that I'm too dissatisfied or anything like that. I mean, I was really satisfied with the Jake Gyllenhaal incarnation of Mysterio. I mean, I love Far From Home, and I'm genuinely excited for Black Widow, even though it takes place in the past. I mean, it doesn't matter, these films are quality films for the most part, and I even have two of them in my collection. They're not even my favorite ones, but I have them, because they were cheap. Good memories, you know, seeing these films at the cinema with my mother and experiencing all of them now with my grandmother. Dziękuję babciu, że się wymęczyłaś na tych maratonach. Mnie też wykończył ten finał. But yeah, I need to buy my favorite ones on Blu-ray. I need to get Doctor Strange and Guardians of the Galaxy, both volumes. And I can't wait for the third volume. I'm definitely gonna go to the cinema to see that. And hopefully I can get like a free ticket or a cheap ticket so that I don't financially support Disney too much. But yeah. I hope my hair looked good. I bet it actually looks better now. And when I'm watching back the video I'm gonna be like, damn it, why didn't I do that before I started all that talking? And then I could have looked better throughout the video. Time to stop the rambling. Thank you for watching. Please like the video, because it actually means a lot to me and probably helps me out. And I'm gonna look at these epic booklets that I actually never opened. There's a leaflet in there, some advertising. Look at that, that's pretty epic, right? It's the Hulk and stuff. Nothing's gonna beat the Sam Raimi trilogy though, of Spider-Man. Those are the best.
Out am I?
This is true auteur work of art.
Impressive!
Perhaps I'll make a video essay on these someday if people watch this stuff. Okay, I'm seriously gonna stop rambling now. I'm gonna go. This was off script, obviously, so this stuff at the end. I only slept for like 3 hours, which is why I'm like drunken with fatigue and have a burst of energy, which is good. I'm glad, because I had fun filming this.